Hey, guys. It's Katana here. Hi. Um, it has been a very, long time since I've been on YouTube or on the channel and stuff. Just here to make a quick rambly video saying about where I've been and the problems I've been going through recently and that and yeah, and I just wanted to just say that I'm coming back, but if you're wondering what happened to me about 2 years ago, I just kind of burnt out. I just kind of felt like my content was not really that great and I wasn't being noticed and that and also with other things that I didn't do, like I didn't do YouTube well as well, like I didn't know how to do the things and that I was kind of stupid, just to put it nicely. But yeah, after a while I just decided to just quit for a while because I was kind of losing steam and that and yeah, and I mean over the past year or so I did try to get back, but it was a very long time and I had to go back work back for it because I haven't been on there in a long time. And also for anyone who also watched my recent upload, like about 5 months ago or so. Yeah, like I haven't uploaded since May. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, um, I don't know. And also I wanted to tell about um, like about myself and that. Um, I've always been kind of a introverted person. Like I've never been that social in that. I mean, not saying that I never had friends. I do have friends, but I've always been kind of. I always felt kind of anxious over things, whether it's how people like saw me or saw me and also how people behave as well, which also kind of makes me feel a bit scared in that. um and I've come to terms with my anxiety. I As of recently now, with what has been happening as of late of 2 years ago or now. Um, I well yeah. I've always thought of doing things that people were doing was really cool, but at the same time, I just didn't feel like I could ever be on their level. Um, and that it's just that even during my high school years, I was also just kind of just not. I don't know. I just didn't felt cool doing what others were doing. Like I was trying to get in the same habits like everyone else, and that, and also just trying to be tough, but also trying to feel like self-independent in that. But of course for me, I just feel like that never worked for me in the long run because I just felt lonely and grumpy and that. And it wasn't until the late year of my high school that the late year of my, like the last year of high school, sorry, my grammar's trash, that I decided to just change in that and go back to being a bit more kinder and, well, I'm not saying that people aren't kind, but I mean just saying just a little nicer and a little more gentler in that. Well, when I went into college, I've always felt like things were behind me, that I am going to be better than I was years ago in high school, or even the years before that. That I felt like I was finally feel like I can actually be on top of the world and that. But of course, when I went to college, things just didn't seem to work out, and there were just the class that I was in was just not the best in terms of a learning experience. A lot of people were pretty, like, the classmates, most of the classmates were pretty not nice in a way. It was like just not okay, and I wasn't really okay with it because I was back to being trying to be a little nicer, but in turn I kind of became sensitive in a way. So mostly I just avoided them whenever I did, and then I respectfully just left uh, whenever there was an argument. But of course, it always seemed to persist even during class and even during after class. But even during the class, like, there was just a lot of drama going on that I didn't want to be a part of, because it was just not, it was nasty. It was just awful, and stuff. So I just wanted to leave. And so early, before the end of college, I flunked. I left it, and because I just couldn't handle those people's behaviors, because they were just too obnoxious, like, and I just didn't understand, like, why they like allowed that sort of behavior in class when they should be more respectful and more um like not so intrusive in that. But whatever. After I left college, um I was still under the mindset that if people say something that I don't or do things that I don't like, that I 100% treat them like the enemy. And for about a year or so, I that's how I thought about it, and in turn it just kind of made me have more problems, because I just wasn't I just couldn't handle it back then. Like, I just thought that they were mean, and I just wanted to just get out of it. But of course that's not the case. Like, and people who say things that we don't really like, whether that is like cursing or just have um just nasty views, they're not necessarily bad. It's just if they act upon such thing that does actual bad things, then they are bad. But what they say is that because that's how they were influenced. And yeah, it kind of sucked for me. So whenever people were acting up in a way that I just didn't like, I just respectfully went into my comfort zone corner and just ignored everything in that. And that's how I kind of diffused people's behaviors in that. But of course, now these days I have come to be a little more accepting of how people behave, as long as they have good views, and that they are actual good people, no matter what they say or what they do in that. Yeah, I just it's been it's been a big learning curve, and I feel like I'm getting better, like, at accepting people for their rough and tough behavior and say things as long as they're not being too mean or being just, well, plain out a jerk. Or as long as their stuff isn't hurting anyone, um, then that's okay. But also, I still respectfully just ignore it because I don't like. I don't know. It's a complicated thing. I know that like swearing people are not exactly bad because if they put things in incentives, then that's okay. But if they're just being an idiot, like just being a mean jerk and just insulting people or excessively swearing, then that's not okay in my eyes. So I've managed to see the humanity in those people, and I have managed it. Like I said again, I managed it better, but I still hold to my values of being at least a little nicer than that. But anywho, aside from that, yeah, for after college, um, I mostly just went with my channel and did what I felt was okay and that. But of course, like many things, I didn't know how to do the whole YouTube thing, whether that was cards or like search tags. I didn't know a thing about search tags. Like I thought that like if you upload a video, like YouTube will do something to make you noticed. But of course that wasn't the case, and that's kind of how my channel became kind of obscure for about 2 years. And note that this was like 3 years ago. Like I started in 2018, and that. Um, so yeah, and yeah, I just mostly did what I liked, and also just uh was inspired by the YouTubers that I like, that had inspired me to be what I am today. But of course, it all didn't matter if YouTube can't find my videos because I forgot to do the tags. So after a while, I did have fun, but after a while, I just felt like, man, like no one's really like watching my videos or anything. Like what am I doing wrong? Like I'm barely getting any views. I'm barely getting any subscribers. Like what the heck is going on? And yeah, I I just kind of gave up after a while because I was just frustrated and burnt out, in that. And also I was kind of doing a video editing format to a YouTuber that is no longer that's no longer really a great video editing format in YouTube these days. Uh, so yeah, that's also the reason why probably I wasn't getting a lot of views. But overall, it just kind of sucked after a while, and so I kind of, and even throughout my college years and also my YouTube years, and during the problems that I had that I just explained, I also just suffered through depression and stuff. Um, like whether that was how people like treated me or how I didn't like what they said, or whether it was due to beliefs and and philosophy and stuff, and knowing what's going on in the world, especially now recently. Uh, Especially when the pandemic rolled around last year, it was just terrible for me personally. So yeah, I fell into, after I quit YouTube, I just fell into a depression, and the pandemic pretty much halted most of that work. I was still working towards getting back, but um, but of course, there were always setbacks in that, in terms of me mentally trying to do things and knowing about the whole pandemic and about the news and stuff about it and how it was awful. But also, yeah, so, but I did work and I tried to get back into it, like make a new banner, a new logo for my channel, and that. But yeah, it wasn't until next year that I was feeling more confident and feeling a bit better about getting back into YouTube. But yet again, I kind of went through another problem of this year. It was like there was a YouTuber that I like watched a lot since they started many years ago, even before I started YouTube. They've always seemed to be the best YouTuber in my eyes. They always seem like the best family friendly content and that, and they inspired me to be like them, and I tried to be like them. And yeah, but also still have my own style as well. Recently, about 5 months ago, around June, they had a falling out, and it was very sad, and it kind of broke my heart knowing that it this was what happened, and like they've always seemed very nice and very like very tame, well, and very like just overall kind and genuine, like unlike most YouTubers at the time. Like, and yeah, they had a disagreement, and that's just what happened. I and and yeah, and it really hurted me knowing that, yeah, like that my heroes kind of failed me in a way. um and yeah, and I kind of went through another depression and throughout the summer, and I just, yeah, I took a break. My mom told me to take a break during that incident, but even after that, I was still feeling the hurt left on that by the YouTuber that had inspired me in the first place. And yeah, it still hurts now, but I'm learning to like move on with my life and just be thankful for the good times of watching their videos and not recently the bad. So yeah, so after my depression, after I took a break, I felt a lot better mentally. But even then, like after that, I went back to working on my channel. But of course, after that incident, it's still with like the channel that I watched. Um, I basically just like I still felt hurt, but I was still moving on, and that's always a good thing. Always keep pushing, no matter how hard times are getting, or that you're, or just let go of past trauma, and that. So yeah, I still was feeling hurt, but I was moving on, and yeah, and this video took more longer to make than it has already. Like, I've actually planned it to release this during September. Then I had more of the problems, and I decided to release it on Halloween in October, and the same thing. But this is my final take on this video. And yeah, yeah, and I've learned to, if you're wondering, like, I am feeling a lot better mentally, and also like spiritually, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Like, what I'm trying to say here is that I am feeling a lot better and I'm feeling more confident. And yeah, I'm coming back. Sorry that it has been a long time. Um, and that, but with the whole YouTube thing, like, yeah, I feel like I'm going to try my best to return in that, and I'm going to have fun with it. I'm no longer going to treat it like a job like I did in the past, because if you treat things like a job in the past, like if you treat things like a job on YouTube, then you're not going to have fun. Like if you expect to get popular overnight, then you're just going to crash and burn out and feel frustrated. So just have fun when you're making the channel, and just yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. And also and this time I'm also going to try to make my videos the best I can. They won't, I mean, I'll try my best. It may not be perfect, but I'll do my best in my editing abilities, and I'll probably learn along the way as well. But yeah, but the videos, they may take a while in that, and I plan to maybe release a new video whenever it can come out, possibly every once a week, or every like once every 1 week or once every 2 weeks. We don't know. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know why. Sorry, I'm derpy. I'm really derpy. But yeah, and also if you guys are wondering, like, if I'm going to be, a Roblox, YouTuber, yes, and kinda yes. Like, what I'm trying to say here yeah, I like to still do Roblox. I think it's a pretty fun game, in that. But over the few months, I've been seeing a lot of changes happen to the game. Like, voice chat is being added to the game, and that's crazy. And I'm a bit worried that, uh, that it's going to make this game less kid friendly. Which, I mean, I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, personally, like, I keep my content the way it is, and then other people can do it their way. But when it comes to voice chat, I'm probably maybe use it sparingly when it comes to public games, so that I can censor inappropriate stuff that people say, or swearing in general. I know that Roblox is keeping it very monetized and moderated or whatnot, but yeah, I'm probably either going to use it sparingly, or use it to talk to friends that can be trusted to respect me on my channel. Like, so yeah. But also I plan to maybe also play other games too, if you guys will like down the line. We will see. I'm not really holding my breath or any promises of what it is. I am getting back after all, so we'll have to see. Um, but yeah, I'm coming back, and yeah, sorry that it has been so long, but I mean, that's life. Like, we all go through problems and that, and either we either we progress and persevere through hard times, or we just let it just take us down. But I'm not going to let that happen. I am moving on, and I'm feeling a lot better and confident. And for all those who had subscribed to my channel, thank you for, like, all of you, the 150 or so subscribers. Thank you for being here for me, not just for my content, but just be me as that you like me for me, like you like me for who I am, and that you also probably are nice as well. Like, it's nice. Like, so thank you. Um, so, I believe production of um of the channel will be probably next month, maybe. Uh, but like I said, I'm probably gonna upload a video every once per week. So it may take a long while, but please be patient. And I mean, I'll try my best to make my content the best I can. Uh, but but at the start now, I'm going to have fun with it. And I mean, yeah, if you guys enjoy me for me or my content, that's really great. So yeah, so this is Katana signing out, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Goodbye, and yeah, so goodbye and be safe, and I will see you in the next adventure. Bye.